Hello everyone, and welcome to the Brickformula review of LEGO set 10229, which is the Winter Village Cottage. It has 1,490 pieces for ages 12 and up, and it's from the Creator Series, and this set retails for $99.99. And here in the front, we can see that Grandpa is trying a little too hard to please his grandson, and he's out there in the cold, and there's no coat on. Man, what did he do to deserve that? Anyway, on the top here we have the parts. You'll see them again towards the end of the video. And here in the back, we can see that there's a lot to do here, and I'll talk about this set in more detail coming up. Here are the minifigures, and there's a lot of them. There's 8 altogether. However, there's really nothing special about the torsos or the faces. They're mostly stuff that you've seen from other sets, but I'll cover them anyway. And the first one up is the father, who was home for the holidays, and this guy is a polar bear. And the reason why I say that is because he's going to be out there chopping up the wood without a coat or gloves. I don't know how he does it. It must be a trait that he got from his father over there. But anyway, he has this chainsaw, which is pretty nice, although I think the one from the Forest Fire ATV is much better. Next we have the snowplow truck driver, who looks like a farmer from those old farm series. And I guess this is what he does during the winter. Next we have the 2 kids that went skiing around here. Although, the last time I checked, there aren't any slopes in this area, so I can only imagine how fun that's going to be. Up next, we have the ladies of the household, and first up is Grandma, who looks like she overdid it with the lipstick again, but we love her anyway, and there she goes. And here is the mom, who looks like Nia from Ninjago, and she still looks great, especially after having 3 kids. Next, we have the amazing Grandpa, because not only was he the reindeer for his grandson's sled, but he can also read the winter times without his reading glasses. And by the way, this is a sticker. And there we are. And he has an alternate face as well, where he's like, got milk. And finally, we have Grandpa's favorite grandson. Look how happy he is. And here he is again with his fake tears. Yeah, woohoo. The first thing you get to build is this igloo, which is pretty nice because it's cute and it's got a good size. And I would say that we're off to a pretty good start. On this side here we have a stove, which is pretty interesting because, well, it's a stove, so now we have a good way to melt down the igloo. Either that or it's your sister's kitchen playset. Oh, wait a second, this guy doesn't have any sisters. Anyway, this part can open up and it's loosely attached, and you can have the kid play with the stove on the inside, which is not such a good idea if you think about it. But there we are, and you can't really close it once he's in there because he's a little too tall. But just want to show you guys that. And on the side here we have some snowballs to help you destroy any visitors. Up next we'll take a look at this awesome looking snowplow truck. And I love everything about this truck. I think the way they made it is perfect, or close to perfect. And here's a view of the side. Okay, we have a lot of details to appreciate here. I love the door that they made here because you can open that up and it won't affect the way the mirrors are attached. See that? I think that's just brilliant. And we even have steps that leads up to it too. And right here we have a clip for the walkie-talkie, which I think the walkie-talkie should be inside, but hey, you can always clip something else there if you want. And here's the view of the back. The only thing not perfect about it is that they should have added some taillights in the back here too, but you can always do that on your own. And here's the view of the other side. We have a broom attached over here. Here's the view of the front. I love the way the snowplow is built and attached. See, that's really neat. And you can always remove that just by ripping it off from there. Okay, here's what it looks like from the front without it. And then from there you can just convert the snowplow and then you can just attach it to the back here. It's held loosely, but it's also not that bad either. Just don't hold it upside down. And finally we'll just open this up. So we're going to put in our driver, and he goes in pretty easily. Okay, there we go. And there we are. See that? I just love this thing. Oh, and one more thing, if you look down here, we have these clips here. And what they do is they prevent the flaps from touching the tires, which is pretty nice too. So you don't have to worry about adjusting these all the time. Just push them down and they'll stay that way. And now we'll take a look at the storage shed that you get to build, which is actually pretty nice. This is where Daddy gets to store all of his tools. And if you look inside, we have clips to hold just about everything. And right there we can hold his axe. And we have everything in here except for the standard screwdriver, which you'll see later on where that went. And here's what it looks like all around. Okay, over here we have the firewood, and you don't have to worry about this falling out because it's actually held together by bracket pieces. See? And we have an opening window right there. We even have an open sunroof too, although I don't think it's supposed to do that. But still, this is a pretty nice place for Dad to do all of his handyman work. Right before you build the cottage, you get to build this little all-purpose sled. There's really not much to it. On the bottom here, we have some slide shoes to give it the wobbly effect. And here's what it looks like all around. It's pretty simple. We have some black shovels there for a sled. We have a black string to help you tug it. And inside there, we have a bucket that you can use to pack in some snow and build your igloo, one bucket at a time. You can also use this to give your kids a ride of their life. Or you could use it to drag home the firewood. And yes, you can fit all 8 on there if you like. And finally, we'll take a look at the Winter Village Cottage, and this thing looks great. It almost passes off as a gingerbread house if you look at it from far away. But anyway, let's take a closer look at some of the details that they have here. Okay, we have a bow tie right there on top of the windows. We even have one on the street lamp too. You see that? And we have another one on the side of the house right there. See? And here's the view of the side. And we have a sticker on the door, and that's a wreath that you see there. If you look at it carefully, it almost looks like an optical illusion too. It looks like the wreath is inside the door. I guess you can't really see it from here, but if you have it in person, you'll know what I mean. And right here we have the doorbell, which I thought was brilliant because if you look carefully, that's where they put the standard screwdriver. And it's these little things that makes you really appreciate the ingenuity behind Lego products. I mean, that is just brilliant. I would never have thought of that on my own. But then again, I don't really build doorbells either, but that's besides the point. Anyway, here's the view of the other side. Okay, we have the chimney here, and this is where you push the button for the light brick. And here's the view of the inside. I'll give you an up close real soon. Okay, and here's the view of the top. Okay, we have some Christmas lights up here. I thought that was pretty nice too. In a way, I kind of wanted that to go all around the rooftop, but then again, I think that would be overkill too. I think the way they have it is just right. So anyway, let's take a look on the inside. Actually, no, not yet. This right here is just an empty space. So, not much to it either. Alright, now we'll look at the inside. I think what I'll do is go room to room, and we'll start with the kitchen because they did a fantastic job with the details here. Now all the way in the corner we have a stove, and next to that is the sink, and there's a frying pan right in here. And on the other side in the corner we have a garbage can, and that looks like the cupboard right there. And the only bad thing about the kitchen is that it's pretty hard for you to fit your hand in there, so it's a little difficult to play in this area, but I guess you'll get by. And next to that we have the main room. Okay, we have the light brick for the fireplace right there. You see that? That's what it looks like when it lights up. And what I like about the fireplace is that being that this is so close to the ground, you actually put a brick here to keep the light brick lit up instead of having to press it all the time. And for now, I'll just have Junior stand right here because he's been naughty, and he's gonna stay out here until he stops crying and treat Grandpa with some respect too. So there we go. And right here we have a Christmas tree. Let me just pull that out real quick. Now, in the instruction book, you can see that you can put the lights on these 3 sides of the Christmas tree, but you cannot see this side at all. I kind of had to figure it out on my own. I'm pretty sure this is what it should look like on the other side. And this will attach to the one only stud in the middle of the floor there, which you can see right there. Okay. Now, we have a lot of space in here, and in addition, you can also add in Grandpa with his couch. You can fit that anywhere you like. I'll just put him in the corner there. And next thing you can see we have some stockings hanging off on the fireplace right there. And I think that's really nice. And finally we'll go up to the kids' room where he's got a lot of toys there. We have a kitten there. We have a sailboat, 2 presents. He's got a little lamp there. He actually has more toys than that. We also get this little toy airplane. And we also have a ball. All right, there we go. Oops. Ah, my ball. Anyway. It actually seems like a lot of toys, but it's not much. I actually have more than him. Haha. Up here we have a chandelier, and that just about covers it for the inside. Oh, one more thing. We have a sticker right there on the wall, and that is Grandpa's favorite scene from Bambi. And I think that covers it. Overall, it's a really nice set. And with that said, let's move on to the recommendations. Needless to say, this is a really good set, and when it comes to the value, it's exceptional too. We have a price per piece ratio of 6.7 cents per piece, and to give you a better idea, we're getting about $200 to $250 worth of parts here, not including the minifigs, and that's really good since this retails for $100. And when it comes to play value, you just can't go wrong either. When it comes to the minifigs, we have 8 of them altogether, and unlike any other set of minifigs and other sets, we actually have a whole family here. We have the grandparents, the parents, and 3 kids, and that's just rare by itself. And in addition to that, we have a few buildings here too. We have the Igloo, we have the storage shed, the cottage, and this has a lot of play features just by itself. And we also have the snowplow and the sled. I mean, there's a lot of accessories too. And this set is actually perfect for both boys and girls too. And because there's so much to do here, it's also perfect for sharing as well. So in the end, it's a really good set, great value, and you just can't go wrong with it. And that sums up my review. I hope you guys enjoyed this show, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Next we have Grandpa, who you saw earlier pulling the sled around in the cold. Can't tell if he's stubborn or crazy, although I do like to think he's both. On the side here we have some snowballs to help you shoo away the owl. Like, yeah, I'm not Harry Potter, take your message somewhere else.